Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to the Sunless Sea. We're back at Fallen London, and I think I have finally gotten over the fact that yet another captain has died through entirely no fault of my own. While we were away, I remembered that we needed to buy a new will, so did that, and then I sold our outlandish artifact to this alarming scholarly sort of fellow. Also worth noting that we did meet the likely lass again, so I fully expect to die in the next, I assume 2 episodes. But assuming we do not, our goal is to find Guider's Morn, get the strategic information, and then our goal is to make money, which is relatively simple compared to the other goals we could have. We're actually in a better situation than I usually am at this point. Why that is, not entirely sure. I'm gonna blame it on me just knowing what I'm doing, kind of, almost, not really. But still. There is something to be said about having a second chance. This way we get to play through the Likely Lass's story. We can also, if I can recall it, we'll have to wait in port just because I can't add officers to my ship without scaring the crew, and scaring the crew is just so disastrous. They tend to kill you. Just because you saw a dawn machine, just because you went past the western Not gonna obsess over it. Sorry. Not gonna obsess over it. It's fine. It's not weird. It's fine. Not upset. I'm fine. Okay. The what? When did I get this? Okay. Huh. Well. And it's got Irigo. Interesting. I'm debating a trip over to Vanderbite then. Was that what I got over... Huh. Is that what I got when I went over to the Avid Horizon? I thought I just got the outlandish artifact. I don't remember an eyeless skull. Huh. That's actually not a bad start for us then. We might even be able to get ourselves a Corvette early on, which would be great. Possibly. Although our primary goal is, of course, to make a ridiculous sum of money. And, of course, to have a child. The child's the more important part, because that will allow us to essentially get a better legacy going, if and when this captain dies. I also took the liberty of looking up on the wiki what those stigmas do. You know, when you went past the north and past the east and past the western side. Apparently, they're for an ambition that I did not know existed, and I still don't quite understand how you get. I know they're associated with the Carnelian exile, though, so I know not to bother with her. Or not to bother with them, rather. Compile our report, and leave this little Demise island. Ha! Unimportant little Demo. Whoever that was. Some explorer, I don't really know the details. Presumably French, given the name. The ending is typically a French ending. You see it in places like Bordeaux, has the same E-A-U-X, which is very weird. Guider's Morn, long way to the south. Okay, well, that's where we're going then. We'll have a nice, productive trip. It'll be a bit short, perhaps, but it'll be productive. And by short, well, actually, no, because we have plenty. We actually have plenty of supplies and fuel. Perhaps this will be a longer trip, perhaps an easterly trip. Could get to the Khanate. Could see what's going on over that way. Plan, plan, plan. Think, think, think. Oh, and it's a new year. Delightful. Darter's Morn. Let's bribe this gentleman. Oh. Yeah, it's only 5 echoes. We'll bribe him. Generous are we? Not sure that's entirely true. I lost a crew member to this, but we got a report. Explore the Morn, though. Oh. Fights on the Morn have a staccato quality. A careless lunge will send you plummeting to your doom. So wait and choose your moment carefully. I could unleash the wretched Mog. Its fur is bristling, it's almost sparking. A sound like a dying storm rumbles in its throat. That's interesting. Huh. How can we fail? A secret weapon. Your Mog's fearless agility gives it a tremendous advantage. It leaps from pirate to pinnacle to pirate, leaving a trail of swiped eyes, bleeding scalps, and multilingual curses. In confusion and terror, the enemy flees. The Mog returns to your shoulder, to lick your ear with a rasping tongue. Its breath smells like week old cave trout. Oh, no reward though. Unfortunate. Moving on though, I think we must head easterly. The Bonny Reefs, I suspect if we go further that way, we'll find the Old Brain. Port Cecil. I refer to it as the Old Brain, I'm sorry. Oh. Yeah, every time we've kept this, we've died almost immediately afterward. Go for it. Now to throw caution to the wind. Oh no. Tempting as that is, we'll be trying to survive this time. Not that we didn't last time, but we'll be extra cautious, shall we say. Be stingy with our risks. Overly cautious, some might say. Because I'm known for my caution, you know. One might almost suspect that I am not the greatest at video games. Oh, Pigmodile. Well. This time I think we side with the rats. I wasn't very well, I got a lot of use out of the guinea pigs. I'm not very fond of them, though. Yes, the Dubois Maelstrom. Oh, they're just directly south now. Well, let's get out of this cloud bank first. Besides, this makes for a good, yeah, this will be a good checkpoint. And perhaps we do just take the, blue Skintalak. Although, that would mean this would no longer be a good checkpoint. I'm uncertain. But we shall see. We shall see. Yes, Pigmodile is somewhat to the northwest. Very good. Yeah. Finally discovered the island. Good job, guys. Oh. Interesting. There's no habitation in sight, no market, very little in the way of a maintained dock. Oh, no, this is how it was originally. Yes. I've heard enough, blah, blah, blah. Chief Engineer. How you doing? Head to the barracks. Head to the beach. Head towards the Rat Star. Wait for the War Council. Out of curiosity, let's see if this works. Oh, delightful it did. Well... I mean, why not? I deserve it as my due. Or perhaps it's what I wanted all along. That is a shame. What are you doing? The chief science officer screams his anguish confusion loud enough to summon the chief engineer and drill sergeant before you can camp the star's brilliance with a hastily tossed blanket. One clamps onto your leg, the other one bites your palm. You miss your toss and are swiftly overcome by the anger of a dozen betrayed rats. It's all you can do to limp back into the ship and sail away before you suffer further, more permanent damage. But I could still invite someone aboard. Interesting. Well. Oh dear. That is quite the thing. Let's see what other islands there are out this way. I wonder if I'll still be welcome after trying to steal their little blue skintillac. I suspect I won't. I certainly wouldn't welcome someone who tried to steal from me back in my own home. But, well, who knows? Oh, come. There must be something this way. Are we finding our way towards... No? I don't know. Ratsy air. Ah, there you are, Nuncio. But don't you worry your little heads. We'll just do a quick visit. Very, very quick. You'll hardly know we were there. Oh. Sign a name. Eh. More terror that we didn't need. So, Nuncio. Place with the crazy postman. Well, not quite postman. So, we'll just do very quickly. I've done this enough times. You've got, about 60-something episodes to look back on. So... And let's see here. 30% chance, we'll go for it. Unfortunate that didn't work. But we can try one last time, can't we? Or no? Oh? Sounding. Take soundings. Perhaps there's some evidence of the great hollowness underneath these shores. The depth below. Striking the ground causes the stones to shift and rattle. It's hard at first to hear anything more than that, but if you try long enough and strike hard enough, the whole beach shivers like the surface of a drum. The flotsam letters quiver and align themselves in concentric circles around the point of impact. The next wave brings ashore 3 or 4 times the usual freight. Interesting. Very interesting. So the whole island is hollow. It's basically like a speaker for the artifact at the bottom. Oh, interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, we're going to do quick sorting the undeliverable letters. Doesn't do anything for us. We'll try this one more time, as I said. And yes, we had some success. I do love this story, so if you don't mind, I'm going to read it again. Arrange contraptions, divert light, illuminate what has been dark a long time. Spiral on glittering spiral. The descent is long and slow. You count the turns at first, but the time comes when you can't see the square of light from the door above, and can't mark how far you've come around the spiral. The illumination you have contrived gets dimmer the further you go, until you come at last to a floor whose base you can barely see. The floor is carpeted with, at first you think it's gravel, but no, it is broken shards of clay and stone, all scribbled over in words too old to read. At the center of this space is a needle of deep black rock, glossy as resin, glittering with ice, inscribed with 3 arcane sigils that hurt to look at. You feel a meaning in their presence, a prohibition or a commandment. That all things must come to their destined place. That what cannot be delivered immediately must be saved against a future date. That a message that goes unheard is a tragedy. That the signal must be carried, no matter how far, no matter through what darkness, no matter whether the sender still lives, nor whether the recipient can even read the language of the writing. The inscription resolves itself and is known to you. No word lost. We got ourselves a searing enigma. Oh, we could sit down a moment, I suppose. The dream. You relax against the shelf. It isn't comfortable at all, as the edge of a metal box is prodding you between the spine and the shoulder blade, and somewhere off to your right is a sound like hoarse breathing. It doesn't matter. In the dimness you see, or remember, or dream, a silver tree growing in a courtyard. The reverie lasts only a few heartbeats before you're properly awake again. You must ascend. There's no way out but up. Let's talk to him. You start to explain, but your language doesn't have the right words to express it. The weight of the delivery commandment, the sacred necessity for every word to reach its destination, and the countless individual miscarriages of meaning from one entity to another, which have occurred throughout history and are still occurring to the detriment of the whole universe. He holds up a paw. Not going to understand it no matter how much you explain, he says. And I'm glad, as if I did understand, I'd be likely to run mad working wherein as I do. After a moment, he adds, likely you'll forget, at least forget some of it. After all, you never wore the uniform. Then he points out where your hair has singed at the temples, and gives you an ointment he keeps in a drawer. In light of what we now know, we shall honor them, to lose a little bit of terror. I do love that story. And I think we've gotten a bit closer to rebuilding what we lost. But for now, thank you for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly. And I shall see you all soon.